Furry Trash, the podcast for furries by furries. I'm Rose Get in the Box, and welcome to another episode of the show. This week we've got the one, the only, the fabulous Laura Kay.
Okie dokie Loki. Hey everybody, it's Pinkie Pie. Just kidding, y'all. It is me. Thank you so much for having me on the show. My name is Laura Kay. You may or may not know me from doing TikToks. I also do a lot of blind reactions on YouTube. I'm a cosplayer. I've been involved in UK PonyCon doing panels on there. I do a lot of My Little Pony impressions and other impressions as well. And I'm an aspiring voice actor. It's all very exciting. Thank you for having me on the show.
And thank you for coming on. I also want to say a massive thank you to Riskel, who suggested you way back in July last year. And I was just too shy to message you. And then I saw you at PonyCon online. And then I was like, right, I'm going to find her and I'm going to do it. So thank you, Riskel.
Thank you, Riskel. We love you.
So how did you get into voice acting character? How, who, what, where, when, how, why?
Well, I've found just really good at accents ever since I was little, just growing up. Like, you know, my parents and my primary school friends can definitely vouch for me on that. I just hear a voice and then I can just imitate it immediately. And that was like really prominent when I was younger with accents, you know, like Scottish accents, like listening to things like Billy Connolly growing up. I just all of a sudden just knew how to do voices. And obviously I'm partly Irish as well, just like yourself there, like your man. And I've got family over in Ireland and I've just always been able to do just different types of accents. And then I've just always loved cartoons as well growing up, and then watching behind the scenes of a lot of cartoons and like movies and things like that, and then you see all of the voice actors or like, you know, celebrities doing specific movies. You know, if you're having like an A-list cast for a movie, still it's just really interesting to see the behind the scenes of how the characters kind of come to life. And then when I got back into the My Little Pony community and I started re-watching My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, I just realized how incredibly talented all of these voice artists were. And I just wanted to kind of figure out how to do it by myself. And I think it's just sort of, like, it's because it's something I've always been good at. And I thought, why don't I just, you know, put it into practice, try and see if I can get any better at it. And I definitely have. And it's just been a lot easier for me to kind of pick out different aspects of a voice. And it's really interesting to kind of delve into that and see, like, you know, what a distinctive aspects of a voice is. Like Pinkie Pie has got a really high-pitched voice and she kind of elongates her sentences at the start. And then she might just go off on a tangent and speak really quickly. And then you've got a character like Rainbow Dash, who is just really raspy. And you got to get that raspiness down. You got to get the accent down. But then it's all kind of down to the raspiness and the whoa. It needs to be about 20% cooler. You know, and it's just really interesting to kind of pick out those different aspects of a voice and like put them into practice and get into a sort of character as well. Like, it's not just about doing a character's voice. Like, it's voice acting for a reason. You're acting with your voice, but you've also got to put the acting into practice. You know, it's really interesting. And just getting into a character, it's like a form of role play, and it's definitely intertwined with the furry community in that sense. You know, like when you put on a fursuit, you get into the fursona, you get into your character. And it's the same kind of thing with me. Like, I will definitely be in a happier mood. Like, if I am portraying Pinkie, like in a video, I'll have to get all like nice and bubbly. And it's not really difficult for me because I'm an absolute massive Pinkie Pie kinney. Like, I just kin Pinkie Pie to the ends of the earth. But even when I'm playing like Rainbow Dash, I notice my mannerisms get a lot more kind of like laid back, and I'll try and like think I'm the absolute coolest person alive. And then when I'm maybe Applejack, I'll definitely be having my hands on my hips more. I will be messing with my shirt, maybe I'll like even like, you know, be putting a hat on to just add to the effect of just having something that she always has. And Rarity as well, just act like, you know, doing a lot of hair tossing. And Fluttershy, I've always got my hands like really close to my chest because she's very timid. And then Twilight, I'm always messing with my glasses. It completely depends on who you're portraying, and even your facial like aspects, you know, your mannerisms and your face change completely as well. Like when I'm Pinkie, I'm always smiling, and Fluttershy is kind of always got like furred brows, you know. She's always kind of just very timid, like I say. And even when I'm doing a character like Derpy Hooves, maybe, you know, and your face kind of gets a little bit more, I don't know, Rarity, can I help you? And your face kind of like falls a little bit more because she's got a very kind of slurred voice, and it's really interesting, like I say, to just get into a character form like that, like with your mannerisms, with the acting, and just picking out distinctive aspects from everyone's voice. It is super interesting.
You mentioned it behind the scenes. This is kind of cool for me. So I'm seeing your bedroom. Viewers on YouTube can see it as well. It's so cool because I'm still seeing on TikTok, but it's flipped. I'm like, that's what that thing is. So what is going on behind you right now with all the My Little Pony stuff?
What is going on behind me? It is all My Little Pony stuff, like right here. I have my flags. I have like all of my gay flags going on back here. I have all dance shoes. I've got a lot of ponies in this little cabinet right here. This is where I have all my candles and stuff. And for TikTok, I film against my window because it's very, very hot today, as Ace will tell you as well. It is very spicy in both countries today. It is a little bit warm, and I cannot simply film or do this facing my window, because I will burn. In fact, you know, I said I'm partly Irish and I meant it. I will burn through my window. I really, really will. It's not going to happen today. But the majority of the time I will just film for the lighting against my windowsill. And a lot of the time it's just very chaotic. My videos, I'll move around. I don't really have a specific setup unless I'm doing like a YouTube video. Maybe I'll pop my camera like on the side, like around here, like on my tripod, like around my windowsill, and then I'll be doing blind reactions on my bed with my laptop there instead. Because I like to be comfy. I like to be comfy when I'm doing blind reactions, because it's a comic at the end of the day, and I like reading things when I'm nice and comfy cozy. But yeah, that's my kind of behind the scenes. But in my TikToks, it's all very chaotic. I do a lot of zooming in, very office style zoom in kind of vibes. I've got a lot of prints on my wall behind me that Ace will know about already. But yeah, it's just all very chaotic, the behind the scenes for me. I have little microphones that I use, nothing too extravagant. Yeah, it's just all a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So that's my behind the scenes bedroom, my studio, my bedroom, multi-purpose, if you will.
I also love, so on your shirt you've got the My Little Pony. I think it's the three characters. Is there Fluttershy in the middle of that? Is that Fluttershy?
It is a Gen 1 pone, actually. I'm not quite sure which one this is, to be perfectly honest with you. I bought it from H&M a long while ago, but it's very, very cute. I just thought, you know, Gen 1 is very adorable, very aesthetically pleasing to me. Obviously I love all the gens, but like when I started initially getting into My Little Pony, it was, you know, maybe like Gen 1, Gen 2. Like I remember getting the VHS videos of the movies, like the first movies, you know, and even Bex has made me a little cup here. It's got my name on it. Like she got like stickers made for me and everything. I don't know whether you guys will be able to see this later on, but it's got a little sticker of like a Gen 1 Pinkie Pie on it, and then a Gen 4 Pinkie Pie on it as well, just because Pinkie is me, apparently. So there's that.
Like I watch a lot of your TikToks, even before UK PonyCon. I watch them, and since watching them, like Okie Dokie Lucky has become part of my daily vocab.
I love that. I think so many people have said that to me as well, just Okie Dokie Loki. And for me as well, I was saying this to Ace before as well, it's the whoa. Whenever something like ever so slightly intriguing happens to me, I just immediately dash percent and like, whoa. What? It needs to be about 20% cooler.
So you mentioned you do YouTube videos and characters and stuff, read comics. What happens when a character comes into the comic that you don't know the voice of? Like you're just sitting there kind of going, now what?
Calling me out here, my guy. There was a comic issue a couple of weeks ago that I blind reacted to and edited, and I panicked because Marble Pie actually started saying genuine words. Marble Pie is Pinkie Pie's twin sister. She is a little bit younger than she is. She was born ever so slightly after. And the majority of the time, Marble Pie says, she's just completely polar opposite from Pinkie Pie. It's like one end of the spectrum and the other with these two. They are just completely different. Pinkie Pie's the one that always talks, and Marble Pie never gets a word in edgeways because she's very, very timid. She's like Fluttershy times about a million, you know, and all of a sudden she just started speaking. And this is the only thing about the comics that freaks me out. I love the comics more than most things. I love blind reacting to them. It is a really fun thing to do, especially doing the voices for them, like Pinkie and Dash especially. I love doing their voices in the comics. It's a lot of fun. But then as soon as Marvel started genuinely speaking, I went into a blind panic and didn't know what on earth to do, because I know who voices her. I know that Ingrid Nilsson, who also voices Maud Pie, voices Marvel. But I don't think Marble Pie is going to speak like this, like Maud. You know, she's Pinkie Pie's twin sister, so she's got to have a little bit of more energy to her voice, like Pinkie Pie's, and especially considering her. They're all very high pitched to begin with, but I just panicked. I panicked, and I didn't know what to do. So I just thought, no, she's just gonna have to be a Manc for now. She's gonna have to sound like Liam and Noel Gallagher, and we're gonna have to make do with that. But I'd just love to be able to do that more spontaneously, especially for something like Marble Pie. But I panicked and thought, oh my god, what if any of them see this? They're gonna absolutely hate it. So I panicked and did my own voice. Just like, yes, this is definitely an equestrian voice. Thank you.
It's headcanon now, and you cannot change it.
It is. Marble Pie is a Mancunian. We stand.
So you mentioned UK PonyCon online. We were both at con, which is so weird because we both did panels at UK PonyCon online, and I had seen you on TikTok. I didn't expect you to be there, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's Laura Kay from TikTok."
I remember you absolutely freaked out, and I loved it. I was like panicking, thinking, "What do I do?" Just as chaotic as each other, just as chaotic.
As a side note to all this, we spent an hour and a bit talking before we actually started recording because like the chaos is just, it's delightful.
It's too good to handle, so we just had to get it out before we started all of this. This too is chaotic, but also, you know, got to get the rest of it out beforehand.
Have you ever had any weird like public sightings? People like find you from work or TikTok and they're like, oh my gosh, it's your girl from TikTok.
This is the strangest thing because somebody actually recognized me at work a few weeks ago, and it was the strangest experience ever. This 14-year-old kid and his mum came into the shop, and I just thought, you know, just a regular guy and his ma just coming into the shop, and then he just came up to me and was like, you do the pony voices on TikTok, and I was like, nah, it's not me. And again, I panicked. I just didn't know what to do. But he was really, really sweet, and we got a little picture together. It was really, really cute. But yeah, I had no idea what to do, and my colleagues are just looking at me like, what is going on over here? And I'm like, I've been recognized, ? And they were like, what? That is wild. But it's been like one encounter. Someone's seen me out and about. A lot of people have commented on my TikToks actually saying, someone commented once saying that their mum, I think, had seen me like walking about and came home once and said like, oh, I saw your friend from TikTok just walking about. And I was like, oh, who's this? Am I being stalked ? But it's what happens. I mean, like my following is nowhere near as big as a lot of other people's. I mean, nowhere near. I mean, people have millions of followers on TikTok and millions on YouTube and Instagram as well. But I just thought it was absolutely insane just being recognized, you know, and it was this 14-year-old kid, and I thought that is so wild. But he was very, very sweet, and you know, I got him all sorted in the shop and everything, and it was lovely. It was really, really nice, but strange. It really was. But it's just one time. But again, I just panicked because I am the worst. I'm not cool under any circumstance, but you know, thankfully he wasn't so cool either. We just kind of panicked, mutual panic, so it was fine. Both as chaotic as each other, like we say.
How did you get interested in making videos?
Well, I think it was probably like you say, when I was about 17, 18 maybe at the time. I was in college. I'd been through a lot medically as well, and I just thought, yeah, during this recovery period, I think I might just, you know, sit down, start making these little videos. I mean, I look back at them now and I cringe very, very muchly about all the videos that I used to do. You know, if your first YouTube video is not 10 facts about me, then I don't want to hear about it, because that is like everybody's first YouTube video, and it was mine. I had things like, you know, top 10 most embarrassing moments, things people always ask me, you know, and I had little vlogs as well that I used to do. I used to love doing little vlogs, you know. Remember when we used to be able to go outside and do stuff? Yeah, that was wild, right? I used to vlog things when I used to go outside and socialize with people. When I used to go on holiday abroad and I used to go and see my family in Ireland. That is insane. I used to vlog all of that. It's been so long and I have not vlogged since.
You can go to the outside. You can do the outside. What is this outside you speak of?
I don't know anymore. I'm not sure. I feel like it was an urban myth, or, you know, at best a bit of a fever dream. I might have lied. It might all just be in my mind. Who knows? But with a lot of YouTubers, like when they start out, I call myself a YouTuber, like an absolute lunatic, but you know, we move. Um, a lot of like influencers and YouTubers who start out, you know, they have their own kind of idea of what they want to be doing. Like I was kind of following like a lot of what other people were doing at the time. You know, I wasn't really making it my own kind of thing. But then when I thought about it, I started doing impression videos, and that was the first kind of series of videos that started to do really, really well on there. Like there was a video of mine, I think, that's gotten over like 40,000 views, which is a lot for me. It is insane, like especially on YouTube. Like it's really, really difficult to kind of set up a platform on there as opposed to somewhere like TikTok or maybe even Instagram. But on YouTube, it was insane. Everything just kind of like started blowing up on there a little bit. When I was doing impression videos and things like total drama impressions, I started doing Manchester slang kind of videos that people really, really enjoyed, Gavin and Stacey impressions. And then when I'd kind of figured out even more so what I wanted to do as a career in voice acting, and when I'd gotten back into the brony community, I started doing pony impressions again. And I thought, yeah, this is where it's at. And then I started doing all my blind reactions to things like DuckTales episodes. I started doing blind reactions to like Pony Life episodes when all those started coming out, and the comics as well, because the comics are now continuing on season 10 of the show, basically, like in comic form as opposed to it being animated. And it's just been really interesting to have a blind reaction to the comics and like see myself actually reacting to stuff, but also trying my best to do impressions along the way. And that's where I'm kind of at now with YouTube. It's what I really want to do, you know, just more impressions, kind of more blind reactions, things like that. And yeah, I think that's going to be my brand pretty much from now on, as opposed to the kind of copycat style thing that I was doing. I think everyone in that kind of era of YouTube though, like in what 2016, maybe 2017, like it was all very samey, everyone doing vlogs, everyone doing get to know me videos, and like prank videos were very, very popular back then as well. But we move on, you know, technology moves on, social media moves on, you know, there's different trends all the time on TikTok especially. But then with YouTube, I think you just got to sort of like find your niche, and I definitely have. So it's been an interesting journey, but yeah, I think I found what I'm after doing there now for sure.
That is yeah, fine. I was thinking, like, how do you keep up with all the trends on TikTok, because they're constantly changing all the time?
They are, yeah, they really, really are. I mean, I'm part of the creator fund on TikTok, and like the creator sort of like forum space. Like there is a separate section on like your settings and things like that on TikTok to keep up with specific trends. Personally, I don't really do it a lot, you know, like I don't look at like the latest trends. I'll get a notification saying, have a look at today's trends, like this week's trends and things like that, you know, like people are using this sound, people are using, you know, this video, or like reacting to this and things like that. And I just think like a lot of the time I don't really do it. Like I see a lot of other people maybe doing videos like that with certain sounds, and I'll jump on it if I think that I'll be able to make it into my niche, you know, like I'll be doing a lot of, you know, LGBTQ plus content, a lot of impression content, obviously a lot of brony content, just general nerd stuff like anime, cartoons in general, you know. But if I don't think that I can make it into my kind of niche and make it funny for my audience, then I don't think there's really any point. But then yeah, if I see a specific video and I think, oh, that'd be really funny in this context, like I should do it like that, you know, with like personal things as well, like my medical history, like we've been talking a lot about like my medical history today as well, just before we jumped on this whole thing. But yeah, it's all really down to like what kind of audience you've got, really. I've got a lot of young followers, I've got a lot of like followers around my age, but they're all there for really the same reason, to hear my impressions and more My Little Pony content, things like that. So yeah, if I'm going to jump on a bit of a bandwagon with a trend, then I'd like it to be, you know, reachable to my audience really, and to other people, you know, very, very British content as well. I think like I found, you know, like that always goes down well for my audiences. I think the majority of my audience are from either the UK or the US, which is really interesting. So yeah, it's just got to kind of like match up what they're after really, which is always interesting to find out.
And speaking of content, where can people find you online?
Where can you find me online? Oh goodness me, I have changed my handles ever so slightly very recently. But my TikTok is Laura K VA, no underscores or any such thing. It is all just one word. That is the exact same for Instagram and also for Twitter. My YouTube is Laura K. It's probably the first thing to come up. I don't know whether that's just me being big-headed, but I think it actually is the first thing to come up, like channel-wise on there. My icon is a lovely little cartoon that someone drew for me a while ago. It's beautiful. It's just my face, my little bob cut, and my fringe, and my glasses. But yeah, that's my channel. It's all very fun and positive, you know, like it's a very safe space. I'd like to say all of my social medias really are all very safe space-esque. I've done a lot of comforting POVs as well in the past on TikTok, you know, like coming out videos and just general comforting videos for people who might have been having like a bad day. Because, you know, I see videos like that all the time on my For You page when I've genuinely had a bad day. So I thought, yeah, I'll give that back to people as well. Like when I'm having a good day, and I'm privileged enough to have a good day, then I could make someone else's day a little bit better if they're having a little bit of a rubbish day. So, but that's where you can find me. It's Laura KVA on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and also Tumblr. If you guys are still after doing Tumblr after all these years, I think it's the exact same. And then YouTube is Laura K. That's me. There should be a new video sometime soon, hopefully. Another blind reaction. We are very excited.
Well, Laura, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really, really do appreciate it. And I can confirm this episode was at least 20% cooler. If you enjoy the content and want to find us online, our Instagram is furry.trashpod, Twitter is ftrashpod. And if you're watching on YouTube, please do feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed all the wonderful vibes. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to Furry Trash. Bye-bye.
Bye.